Hey guys, welcome back. So, I don't know if it's just me, but March has been absolutely exhausting. I've been trying to balance uni along with YouTube, and I've also been trying to prioritize my own mental health as well. And it's been kind of tough. It's a weird balancing act, but I think I'm doing okay. The world and life in general can get pretty hectic, so I hope you guys are just, taking it easy. So for today's video, I'm not going to have any epic b-roll or loud music or an energetic voice. I want to be real with you guys, and this is how I am normally, just a chill, laid-back dude. So let's get started. For today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Fuji65 Founders Edition. This is the 65% keyboard starting at $359 for this edition and $285 for the standard edition. I've been sent a unit from Ilum KB and I am absolutely honored. So it comes in this minimal, sleek black cardboard box with some shiny text and designs printed on top, which is a really nice touch. I think it's pretty beautiful, just like you guys. Alright, let's take a look at what's inside. So first up, we have the components. I've been sent a carbon fiber plate as well as two PCBs, one hot swap and one soldered PCB. Now, I will always use a hot swap PCB if given the choice due to how much time it saves and mainly because I just really like a standard ANSI layout on all of my boards. It allows me to take out a switch whenever I want, which is incredibly convenient. And as for the carbon fiber plate, I've heard that it can be pretty stiff, which I'm not a huge fan of, so I'm going to stick with the aluminum plate that came with the keyboard. Of course, we also have the Fuji65 itself, and it is absolutely stunning. The brass weight on the back is the main feature that sets it apart from most keyboards, and it definitely does not disappoint. It's sleek, simple, and most importantly, it is very shiny. It adds a lot of character to the board, and the Mount Fuji design in the middle fits really well. I have never owned a keyboard with a back quite like this, so I am honestly very impressed. So on the top right of the board, we also have this small badge. There are two options that go with this board, the Kanji and the Sakura badge. I've been sent the brass Sakura badge, which only comes with the Founders Edition. The standard edition badges will instead be made of aluminium and it can come in a variety of colors. I think it's a really nice detail to add to the board. It's consistent with the overall Japanese aesthetic and it's very well made. It also contrasts with the matte black of the board, making it stand out even more. The board uses a top mount design where the bottom housing screws onto the top housing. The plate is also secured onto the top housing and the PCB will attach itself onto the plate via the switches. Top mount configurations are great as they produce a consistent sound signature and will also provide an even typing experience. Aesthetically, they also make the board look neater by hiding the screws on the bottom. The Fuji65 comes with a custom PCB made by Hexcore. It uses a south-facing switch configuration, which is always a great choice for avoiding switch interference. The PCB does not come with any RGB or backlighting, which does not bother me at all. I honestly think it was a great design choice considering how elegant and minimal this board is. For today's build, I'm going to be using Durock V2 stabilizers that have been wholly modded and lubed with Crytox 205G0. I will be making a wholly mod tutorial soon, so make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to know when that will be released. So if you're not familiar with stabilizers, these are screw-in stabilizers. As opposed to clip-in stabilizers that will literally clip onto the PCB, these will be screwed on and will be much more secure. Screw-in stabs in general are just a lot more reliable and is something you should definitely get for any of your keyboard builds. As for the switches, I'm going to be using lubed and filmed Gateron Black inks, the best linear switches ever made. So the first thing I noticed when testing the board out is that it sounds kind of hollow and pingy. The plate moves around ever so slightly and it produces this unsatisfying sound. Even after tightening the screws that secures onto the plate, it still didn't have the clean sound I was looking for. So I got some very thin packing foam to help provide some cushioning on the bottom. I had to make sure that I used thin and compressible foam as there was very little space to work with between the PCB and bottom housing. I initially went for 2 pieces of foam, which did help a lot. However, I wanted the sound to be a little bit more consistent, so I made a full cutout that would fully support the PCB. I did end up having to basically force the PCB and plate into the case, but the end result was pretty worth it. Oh my god. So with that sorted out, I can now begin the most satisfying part of any build, installing the keycaps. I'm going to be using GMK Firefly. I recently got the set off the aftermarket after seeing it on Alex Sotus's keyboard on my latest keyboard react video. I think it's an absolutely beautiful keycap set and it'll go perfectly with the Fuji65. So I've been using the Fuji65 for a few days and I want to start off by saying that I love the overall design. The typing experience is extremely pleasant and the overall layout is great for daily use. The build quality of the case is also superb and it is machined really well. The only thing that has disappointed me about the board is the sound, and after checking out some other sound tests just to make sure, I can safely say that it is a little underwhelming. For the price, the sound is kind of flat, unsatisfying, and overall mediocre. I was honestly shocked at how awful it sounded without any foam, and even with foam, it still didn't really meet my expectations. I'm not a keyboard snob or someone with years of experience, but the Fuji65, in my opinion, really underperformed when it came to how it sounded. With that said, I still think it's an absolutely beautiful board, but that's really it. Its design and aesthetic are its main selling points, but other than that, I can't really say that the Fuji65 offers much else, especially for the price. If you guys want to get the Fuji65, the group buy will be ending on March 18th and it'll be shipped out at Q4 2021 or Q1 2022. Sound is pretty subjective, so even though I may not like it, it does not mean that you guys can't get it for yourself. It's still a great board by all means, it's just not something I would personally get for myself. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed something a little bit more peaceful and quiet. As always, feel free to join my Discord server, discord.gg/Hamaji, and follow me on Twitter. You can also become a member of my YouTube channel to get access to emotes, badges, and exclusive Discord channels in my server. Make sure you guys drink enough water, eat well, sleep enough, and stay healthy. It's good for you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Whoa! Oh my god. Fuck.